Welcome back again to Spirituality with a Spin. I am Ryan Keys, your host. Thursday. I gave myself a spiritual spanking. But you know, that's what this is about. This is about vulnerability. It's about building the body from the bottom up and opening up the heart from the top down. And that's what we're doing here. So before I go forward into the video, I wanted to make an announcement. When I did my contest, I forgot to include all of my other social media people, and some of them got disappointed. So I've extended the contest to tonight at midnight, which is Sunday night at midnight. To enter, all you have to do is like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below, and I will put your name into the drawing. I'm giving away 2 copies of the book, The 4 Agreements by Miguel Ruiz, and each winner gets a meditation. So we'll work on that. Hang tight. If you're not registered, do that below. If you are, don't worry about it, but that's why the contest hasn't had a drawing. In life, there are no mistakes. I would not go back and change my actions on anything because they stand as is. I claim full responsibility for who I am at this moment, and everything that I've been through has made me who I am. It's the same concept, like I wouldn't change helping that person when I got my face crushed when I was 21, just to avoid the pain and the suffering and all that intensity that happened for the 2 years afterwards. I wouldn't change it because it made me who I am today. So who I am today is what I am trying to embrace. That's part of the 4 agreements. It's about being impeccable with your word. It's about being present in the moment. It's about giving yourself the opportunity to be yourself. And that's really, truly what it is. The tenements, even in the Bible, that say, see God in everything, right? And then treat others as you would have them to treat you. But you also, remember, your body's a temple. So you have to treat your body as you would treat those other people, or as you would expect or want them to treat you. So you really have to focus on what you eat, what you see, what you say, what you hear, and what you do. Those 5-fold things that I do and I've been doing diligently since May 23rd, 2016, working on changing my life daily, waking up, understanding that every day is a different day, the past has faded away, and I'm moving forward. I'm doing it diligently. I incorporate the past as an experience to expand my present moment, to expand my concept, but not to elevate a level of emotional attachment to the past that will make me frustrated and make me feel like I'm stuck in a pattern. And that was what Thursday was about, was continuing the talk of patterns. So what we're doing today is we're going forward and we're still continuing to break ground, because 2017 is the year of planting, it's the year of cultivating, it's a entrance year to a 9-year cycle. So I'm trying to help incorporate, just like I do when I coach people or when I'm doing sessions for that, on how to build basics, how to understand the body, how to understand how we're being, how to become more intuitive, how to ultimately let source kind of soak in on you and move you forward. So today I wanted to go over a couple of things that I went over in a training session with a wonderful client of mine. Energy is cyclical. Many of you have probably understood the fact, like you've seen the Earth and it shows the globe, and it's like a magnetic heliosphere. It looks like a donut surrounding the Earth. Well, we're the same way. We have crown energy that comes down and around, and we have earth energy that comes up and out. So if you wanted to talk about the balance of the body, because I always talk about the twin within, the masculine, feminine, the things that will help us to understand that a little bit more in depth is what we're talking about today. So it's also kind of like a little bit of a hybrid of the Kundalini concept, a little bit of the neuro-linguistic programming concept, and I'm utilizing those. I'm kind of meshing them into my own mixture that I've found works the best and the fastest. So there was an article that came out, which is very prevalent in most cultures and most women. Women tend to carry their child on the left side. Now, our left side by nature is that Shakti energy, that female energy, that left side is controlled by the right side of the brain, which is your creative matrix. It's your image systems. It's how you kind of like, you imagine, you create, you construct, you nurture, and it's going here and it's working through the left side, right? So a lot of women carry the baby on the left. Now, how does that help us here? So left side is basically the inhale, the sleep side, the moon sign, the emotion side connected to the imagination side of the brain. The right side is your helper side. So when I'm receiving energy, I tend to utilize the left. I tend to embrace people. It's my vulnerable side. So even if I'm talking to someone, I might turn my left shoulder a little bit and open up my vulnerability to them. If I'm feeling a little bit, like if I'm feeling stuck, and like, let's say I'm going to speak, like I was speaking to a bunch of people at an event and I was starting to feel a little overwhelmed. A lot of my energy was kind of backing up. So I wanted to be able to receive the energy of the crowd. So I turned my left side a little bit and opened up my left, and then I can receive that energy from them. I can inhale that prana from them, that good grounded goddess energy, and I got that in, and then I turn back my right side, which is my masculine side, my caregiving side, my technical side, and then I'm putting that back out there. It's my fact-based side, my focused side, and then I'm able to give them the things that they need. So let's try that, right? So if I turn my left side to you and I'm talking and I'm like looking at you like this, I'm receiving you right now. So when you're looking at me and you're talking to me, I'm very, like if I'm using my left hand, I'm very receptive to you. I am open because this is my side, this is my moon side, this is my emotional side, this is my creative side. Now when I turn a little bit and I bring my right hand up and I'm talking with my right hand, I'm activating my masculine side, my exhale side, my yin side, my yang side, and it's a very dominant part of me. It's a very focused part of me. So when I'm talking and I'm utilizing and accessing this side of myself, I'm very, very forward, very positive thinking. So when you're thinking that, all right, so my left side is my female side, my yin side, my moon sign, my inhale side, my nurturing side, my intuition side, right? So very intuitive, an intuitive side because it's working with the right brain. Now my right side, very masculine, the exhale, the sun side, the warmth side, the structured side, the side that I defend myself with, the side that makes me feel very grounded, right? It was working off my left brain. This is my instinct side. This is my fight or flight side. This is my judgment side as well, that I'm accessing judgment. If I'm not feeling that I'm good enough, then I want to focus in on the breath, really focus in on the inhale of it, hold it, like you can even do this. Breathe in through the left side. It's a little bit of a hybrid kundalini. Hold it and then exhale. And I'm recirculating that. I'm bringing that energy back to alignment. Many of us are talking about twin flames or soulmates, but I'm still a firm believer in you have to work on you first. It's all about us. Think of it like the ocean. The ocean has waves that wash up on the shore. Very visible that each wave is coming in, but the waves aren't separate from the sea. The waves aren't separate from the ocean. It is the ocean. So each of us is like a wave. So we are all still part of a greater entity, a greater whole. I like to think of ourselves as up above here, we have the all. It's a plane above ours. It's a plane in which all of us exist in. There's no separation. There's no time. It's not linear. And then what happens in that part, like for instance, if my father's passed away, my father is here in this part, active, doing his life, but possibly even reincarnated though. But because time is not linear in this higher level of consciousness, he's there and I'm there. It's kind of confusing, but just think of it like that. So it's like I might be a wave, but I'm still part of the ocean. So even when people are looking at their soulmate or their twin flame, I think we get caught up in the label of it. I think we also get caught up in believing we can control it or that our past makes us feel inferior, and we start to layer this in expectations, and those expectations are related to the past patterns, which can kind of debilitate us in being here and now. So the idea is to really understand your present moment and focusing on these concepts of the yin energy on the left, the moon energy on the left, the prana energy, the receiving on the left, and then looking at the masculine. And when you learn to balance that inside of yourself, do mindful meditations and be very cognizant, then what you're also doing is you're balancing the being. You're balancing as above, so below. So my crown chakra, like I've said before, it's from the crown down and then from the feet up. And we're meeting here in the middle. We're meeting at this point of our 3D to 4D existence. We're meeting at the heart center and the throat. So everything right in here is really dominant, really the deciding factor. This is the literal centrifuge, like Iron Man, the centrifuge of moving forward. So the crown energy, the spirit energy, which is descending on us, like when you saw the dove descend down from heaven on Jesus, in that concept, same concept, the spiritual ties that we have to the higher levels come through here and they meet us. Now we have to plant ourselves in a very mindful state, utilizing the past, but not making it part of the processes in the present. You don't forget the past. You can't. So you incorporate it as you allow it to be as an intuitive understanding, without judgment, with a lot of grace. So as you move forward, it doesn't hold you back, but it does propel you forward in a much wiser way. So when I'm thinking of wisdom and I'm thinking of moving forward, I'm moving forward with this focused energy, the masculine energy, the sun, the outside, the exterior. So I'm looking towards the light and everything about the light. And this is where you also want to begin to get to a place of understanding. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because on the next episodes, we're going to start breaking down these areas. The third eye, this third eye chakra, the throat chakra, and we're going to work on the heart. So we're going to start working here, head and heart, a lot, and bringing that together so that we have a voice that's speaking through our heart and through our truth. So I want to do a video kind of explaining the balance of that. And then when you start doing Kundalini breathing, or when you start focusing on breathing during our meditations, or when you're doing the mindful meditations, I want you to sit here and I want you to really focus. And this is when you want to use the EFT tapping techniques as well. If you're having a hard time focusing because you're lost in the past or you're stuck in judgment, that's when you're tapping here. Because I'm telling myself, I'm telling my left brain that everything's going to be okay. So for tapping techniques, you start here. I always do. I start here, and I go to here. I go to here, then I go here, then I go here, then I go here, and then I go here. Or you can start in reverse. You can go from here, tapping this way, to tapping here, to tapping here, to tapping here, and here. And what I'm integrating is I'm trying to bridge the gap through the third eye, because that's the place where the brain is unified. I'm trying to bridge this concept so it will allow us to integrate the spiritual with the physical, because we're trying to transition the 3D boundaries and barriers to open up and to begin to allow this empathetic understanding, this opening, this eye-opening situation where you're going to be able to really truly balance your masculine and feminine energies. That is going to be pivotal in finding and securing your soulmate, and also finding a place of fluidity, a place of finding where you can move forward. So it's about grounding yourself in the now. So peace, light, and love. I will see you on the other side.